Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting DuckmanCycles VW Garage. Haha! Behind me here is the go-kart that busted the wheel off of it last week. You might remember, that was quite a disaster. Oh no! And I broke the suspension. And I barely made it to the end of my driveway when it finally broke. Anyway, a lot of grinding was necessary to get this thing fixed. Now, this go-kart, of course, is for our raffle, which is coming up at our next car show here in October. You don't have to be present to win. You can buy a ticket online right now, rareairvw.com. If you're interested, you'll see all the rules and all the things that are about it up there on that website, so please check it out. This will be getting a Volkswagen bus body, and I'm almost to the point where I'm about to start mounting it on here. I just wanted to get the entire drive line going on it and get it running and properly functioning before I'd ever try to attach a body to it. Anyway, Wild Bill was here this past week and had a look at it with me, and I showed him what I was working on, and I was still middle of grinding the thing off because that thing was an absolute disaster. But you know what, before we get into any more details on this thing, let's go ahead and licky, like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to plug that dingle bell so you get updates every time I upload a video. Check out Duck Shit down there for all my social media links. And special thanks to the HIPA Store for all of my small engine needs. Now, who's the HIPA Store, you say? Well,
the weather is warming up again here, especially right here in Pensacola, Florida. And I may even find myself cutting the grass this week. But what happens when I go to start my machinery after its long winter slumber and it decides it's not going to run? Well, I visit the HIPA Store to find the parts that I need, of course. The HIPA Store is a company that sells parts for outdoor power equipment such as chainsaws, lawnmowers, weed whackers, and even some parts for go-karts. So check out the HIPA Store and order some parts. I promise, you'll be impressed with the quality for what you pay. Amazing indeed. Special thanks again to the HIPA Store for sponsoring this video.
alright, well, we're back. And this camera's pretty good about, microphone specifically, pretty good about picking me up and not so much the noise in the background. And there was a barking dog that was kind of close, so I'm curious as to how well that came out. That's why I recorded through it. Somebody's probably still yelling about that. Damn dog's barking, it's annoying me. Well, anyway, we got up here, and we completely rebuilt this. And you see it's kind of lumpy, that's because I did a lot of grinding on it. This thing just had this huge, scabby-looking weld. It just absolute bird shit. This is where it went from a strut from up here to up there. I knocked the strut out of it, and the strut happened to be exactly the right diameter to slip on the inside of this. So I got a piece of pipe in here about this long right now. I filled the inside of it after I finished grinding it off. I welded it all the way around, cleaned it up with the grinder as best as I could get in there. It's a little hard to get in there. But, it's a go-kart, guys. It's not like I'm producing a brand new car for Honda or something and it needs to be perfect. But this thing is structurally strong. In fact, you want to see how strong it is? Look at this. Whoa! Whoa, whoa! Whoa, it's not breaking! Oh! Alright, well, I'm quite happy with that. I think we're good to go on that department. So that means today, we're ready to take this thing for a drive. And let's see if we can actually get down the street and have a little adventure with it before the damn thing blows up again. Now, I don't think it's actually going to have any problems. I think I got through most of the mechanical defects. I'm going to have to do a little tuning on the brakes, though, because they're not as effective as I think they should be. But they do work well enough that it'll stop it slowly. Just got to make sure I don't get myself into any trouble. And meanwhile, I've started acid treating stuff to get rid of some of the rust on things. I'm going to regrind that anyway, because we want to get this thing primed up and painted. I think it's just going to be flat black. And then, of course, the body will mount over it. Now, I don't know what we're doing with the body yet, but the plan is to somehow get it painted or to have some kind of a wrap put on it. Now, I don't know the full detail on it. It's really not my department. My department's just with the mechanics, make the thing work, and then once it's done and functioning, then out the door it goes for them to decide what they want to do. Oh, it also comes with the trailer. See the trailer it's sitting on top of? This all comes with it. So, raffle includes go-kart trailers. So if you say, I have no way to move it, now you do. I got to finish up the wiring on that this week. Last month I had the wiring on it, it worked, but I had the wiring on the wrong sides. So I pulled it all back out, and I just never got back around to fixing it. But anyway, that's coming up. So we'll have that done. I also need to put a trailer adapter on the fastback wiring adapter. You guys saw me make that little taillight adapter. Well, it also works for trailers, so we'll be demonstrating that. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Enough about that. Let's get this go-kart going. Alright, you guys. Yeah, the other day this thing fired up quite easily, and I messed my wrist up somehow in the process, and it's still a little sore. I don't know what I did. Somehow when I pulled it, I must have just cockeyed something. And it's just a little sore. Anyway, let's see. We want to put it in the start position. Actually, we haven't had to choke this very much. The weather has just been just right, so I'm going to barely choke it at all. That's it. We got our block of wood in here. Make sure our run switch is on. Make sure this run switch is on. 2 run switches on here. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last video, but anyway, we got 2. Because you can't have enough cutoff switches in the event something happens. Chain's a little loose. We still need to tighten that back up, but should be tight enough to be able to get it to drive. So here we go. Let it warm up a minute, and we'll take them out for a drive. These Harbor Freight engines are truly something else. I mean, these things are awesome. Now, you might say some bad stuff about Harbor Freight, but again, these engines are just great. There they are. This is the 301. One step above their 212. Makes a lot more horsepower and torque. I figured that'd be a good upgrade for this go-kart, considering it's going to be moving not only a large adult in it, but also to have a heavy body on it. But without any of that, and just me in it, it's actually a lot faster than I expected it to be. Got some real guts. And while I'm thinking about it, it might be because that pulley is so much bigger in the rear than the other one. It might be why it has so much torque. It's actually geared a lot lower than my KT196 is. Anyway, my camera appears to be doing some kind of weird glitchy stuff, so I'm going to reboot it real fast, but by the time we get back, we should be having the seat on this. Now let's take them out for a ride. Expand the range of it a little bit. So like I said, I think I need to expand the range of the steering a little bit. I don't think it turns far enough. There's a stop up there that limits the amount of steering it has, and I think that's what I need to do is adjust that. But anyway, oh, it goes. It goes. Shifted in a second yet, because that pulley still has a lot more travel. I can hear it. This is where the brakes aren't working so good. Woohoo! Alright. I'm going to turn in here. This is my proving grounds. Oh, I'm glad it didn't bottom out. I thought it might have. Oh, wow. Very jarring ride. There's virtually no suspension. But it's probably about 1.5 inches of travel on the front and none in the rear. So, yeah, you don't want to go too fast over this. I'll blow my kidneys out. But it's driving good. It's steering good. Best of all, I don't think it's eating a belt. I think I just saw my belt on the ground from the last time I came out here with my go-kart. Hey, no, turning radius isn't that bad. No, that wasn't bad at all. Where did I see that belt? This is a 40 series clutch on here, not that 30 series that explodes. Yeah, there's my old belt. isn't that bad. Just, I wasn't driving it right. I'm just trying to turn the steering wheel, when in fact I got to power it and lean a little bit, and it turns around just fine. Be better with two hands on the wheel, but it's the best I can do. Oh, I see my tie rod's loose on that side. I didn't tighten the nut all the way. Alright, well, that will affect things a little bit. Yeah, I like this. Oh, that was me. This thing does burnouts. I mean, look, it's tearing the dirt right up. It definitely needs a seatbelt. We'll be putting an authentic Volkswagen seatbelt on here. Yeah, this is fun. And it's got a lot more guts. I just can't open it up. Too dangerous with only one hand on the wheel. Really, way too dangerous. Yeah, I like this. Gotta work on that brake. I mean, it's working, but it's just not, it's not good. You see, it'll stop me, but like I said, not good. That was a great test, guys. And it's not bottoming me out when I roll over the curb, which I really thought it would. Got a little wobble in the wheel there. I'm gonna have to check that out. Anybody coming? Nope. This thing is fast. Got a little bit of a pull to the right. I can probably work that out down below in the tie rods. It's just a tiny, tiny pull to the right. Alright, we gotta work on these brakes. That's gonna be next. Once the brakes are fixed, then the body goes on. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Now we're going to do the little hill climb here. This is the true test of torque. 212 doesn't like to push me up. Let's see if it goes. Oh, without a problem. Without a problem. Right up and over. All right. That was a great test. Wow. That was a year in the making, guys. I can't believe that. Shouldn't have taken me that long, but I had so many things putting me off. Like my solar system guys, when they came and just wrecked my yard and couldn't do anything or make any videos for a couple months. I got sick. Sick since last October. Finally got better about 6 weeks ago. That was from allergies, by the way. By the way, my breath is coming back. I'm not in that same condition that I was. I need to get on this thing and a few other projects. Congratulations on this, Duckman. How'd that belt do, by the way? Oh, jeez, it's not even warm. That 30 series would be hot as hell. Yeah, the pulleys aren't even warm. That one's a little warm. That means it's doing what it's supposed to do. 30 series, man, the thing would smoke, and then, as you know, the belts would just grenade themselves. I still think I might need a smaller belt, though. You take the measurement from the center here to here, and then there's a calculation to give you what size belt it is. And I think I might have gotten one that might be one size too big. Seems just a little too floppy. So of course that will need to be changed out in order to get maximum speed. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap up this video. Alright, today's other project. This fastback. I started to install the proper Weber set of carburetors on here, and this is using the nice CB Performance linkage set that uses the nice solid cast linkages, not that sheet metal stuff that flexes all over the place like it's made from Play-Doh. Along with the nice air cleaners. This is the same kits you see me install on everybody else's cars, as well as my own. These are the only ones that I'll run. These have been really, really good, so I got to finish putting that on. I got the manifolds on there, and what we're going to do later today is I'm going to throw some bags over the top of those manifolds, pack them down with some rags, and we're going to clean this engine. This engine is just, it looks terrible. It looks really bad. It's just dirt, leaves, flakes of paint. It's just, it's pretty dirty. So I'm going to do the best I can to clean it up. The owner said he'll handle the rest of the paint and stuff himself, you know, like fixing that. But I think I can definitely clean up what's in here. So that's what I'm going to be working on, probably in a video that's coming this Sunday. And you're probably watching this video on Saturday, so that means 2 videos back to back. How's that for you guys? All right. Oh, I already got the fuel pump put on this guy too. For those of you that wonder, fuel pump is electric. That's the way fuel injected Type 3s were anyway. But I mount it near the stock location. The stock location is normally in here. But that's where I mount that Carter. If you want to know more details about that fuel pump, I always put links down in the video description, so I'll do the same. Yeah, probably not in this video, but on the next video, of course, if you need one of those for your Volkswagen. They're perfect for carburetor set. And they even work if you have a stock fuel pump and it's having issues sucking. This one's good, but you can actually prime your stock fuel pump, which is currently on there still. And there's a stock fuel pump. Right there. So, anyway, if it's not drawing fuel properly, and sometimes they have problems with that, especially as they get older, probably should just replace the pump. But if you want to keep the stock look, and you want to get an electric pump to push the fuel to it so it's no longer an issue, that's one way to do it. Otherwise, I get rid of the pumps entirely. I like the fact that you get more space in the engine compartment. Anyway, I just put oil in this sucker. It's running again. It's been sitting for a little while. Again, since I got sick, I haven't really been able to work on it. But the owners of this one wanted me to put it up on Marketplace and get it sold. So anyway, the camera ran out of space, but I guess that's enough for now. So let's go ahead and wrap up this video. So that's it for today, guys. Likey, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to pluck that dingle blaze to get updates every time I upload a video. Check out DuckShit.net for all my social media links. If you'd like to know more about the go-kart or buy yourself a raffle ticket, rarevw.com. And as always, special thanks to the HIPA Store for supporting our videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.